In a strange place, this man trains harshly to the point of being on the verge of death. He is training under the guidance of the strongest team on the continent, these 4 extremely powerful individuals. Our protagonist trained for a year to increase his strength after being very weak. The mysterious team that trained him believes he has become stronger and will dominate the battlefield with his new skills, but he thinks otherwise and still feels weak as he couldn't endure their harsh training, transitioning to the city where everyone comes to fulfill their dreams, especially adventurers whose bodies are their tools in this profession. Every year, a large number of adventurers arrive to register at the guild centered in this city. They're given a reception ticket for the guild's test, and among them is the protagonist, Naru. The receptionist, Elisa, recognized him immediately as they used to work together in the same company 2 years ago. Naru had suddenly resigned to pursue his dream of becoming an adventurer. However, he feels a bit ashamed of himself since he's now 30 years old and just starting out as an adventurer. At this moment, a drunken man interrupts the conversation and tries to get close to Elisa. She avoids him, saying she is working and doesn't have time for him. This angers the man, and he starts harassing her. Here, Naru steps in. A touch to the man's stomach makes him tremble and lose consciousness. Naru hides his strength from Elisa and lies, saying the man fainted because he was very evil. Elisa believes him and gives him a guild test ticket. However, Naru is shocked to find out he is adventurer number 4242, meaning he has a seemingly endless queue of adventurers before his turn to take the test. Feeling dejected, Naru leaves after registering at the guild, and his friend Aaron waits for him outside. Meanwhile, inside, the adventurers are furious about what Naru did to the drunken man. His immense strength left an imprint of his fist on the steel shield. The guild guards come to arrest the man, as he is a former adventurer of rank A, wanted for assault. This man, known as the Demon Knight Demal, suddenly realizes that Naru has become so strong that he easily defeated an adventurer of rank A. Naru then enters to officially register at the guild, feeling embarrassed because he is a novice adventurer at his age. Now, our hero undergoes a magical power test. However, when he places his hand on the magic crystal, it shocks everyone by showing he is very weak, with almost no magical power. The adventurers start bullying him, calling him a failure, as they have never seen such a weak adventurer in terms of magical power. But when Naru leaves the room, the magic crystal shatters due to his immense power. Now, he faces the spider test to measure the strength of his strike. He is supposed to replace the jelly bag. Naru had tried this jelly bag test before when he trained with the strongest team, which made him train to destroy the golden bag. At that time, Naru was shocked by the harsh training, unable to destroy anything with the dragon's teeth strength barehanded. However, the man who trained him could easily destroy multiple ones at once, making it seem like nothing. Naru developed through this tough training, starting with 50 punches a day, which was hell for him. Currently, Naru is about to test his strength on the green jelly bag, and it is much smaller than the golden one, which means the test should be easy for him. Before him, many adventurers passed this test normally. However, this arrogant child drew all the attention towards him. He is the second son of the Duke and only 11 years old, but his arrogance was not without reason. He indeed possesses terrifying power that shocked everyone, including Naru. He uses 3rd-level composite nature magic, but his power was very ordinary compared to what Naru expected. However, the novice adventurers were amazed by his strength and saw him as a prodigy of his time. Naru, on the other hand, was puzzled by how this boy could call weak magic 3rd-level composite nature magic. The team Naru had previously trained with had used powerful magic that, at the 3rd level, could burn down an entire mountain. Naru had been scared, thinking it was the end of the world. This is why he is now puzzled by how this boy is called a genius just for launching a very small fireball. Now, it is Naru's turn to test his strength on the green jelly bag. But the teacher belittles him because he started adventuring at the age of 30 and thinks he's weak and will fail the test. So, he advises him to give up. Narek got angry at his weakness and remembered the harsh training he went through to become an adventurer. He kept punching the golden slime bag until the veins in his hand burst, and from his insane strength, he punched the green slime bag with such force that it turned into shreds. Both the teacher and the genius boy were shocked. Narek didn't just break the bag, but created a big hole in the wall with his incredible power. The genius boy lost hope because Narek stole all the spotlight from him. Narek also shocked the crowd in the defensive magic test. The powerful magic failed to hit him despite Narek defending with a composite nature magic of the first level. The mage decided to increase his power more and cast a composite nature magic of the 5th level. Narek wasn't afraid and was ready to counter his power. This made the mage even angrier, and he used a very advanced spell that even strong adventurers fail to withstand. He cast the Shock Hurricane spell, which emitted a formidable force that destroyed the place. A first-class knight felt its power and rushed to check what was happening, only to find the mage had lost all his power after Narek countered his terrifying attack. Even the first-class knight Sylvester was shocked by what Narek had done, and was even more surprised when he learned Narek's age, and that he had defeated a dragon alone. After Narek met Rent and finished the preliminary test, he was confident he got an excellent grade, but was afraid he might be rejected because he was overage. At that moment, the genius boy Fred approached him angrily for stealing all the spotlight. Narek mocked him and said, "You poor thing, I think you haven't changed your diaper yet," making Fred cry and blame Narek for not letting him excel in the test. Narek felt bad for the boy, and then his older sister Angelica came to avenge him. She is the eldest daughter of the Duke. Fred complained to her, saying that the 40-year-old man bullied him, making Narik yell that he's still in his 30s. It's clear our hero has a psychological complex about his age. Even Angelica called him the 40-year-old man and threw her glove at him, challenging him to a duel. Narek, the fool, picked up the glove to keep it clean, not knowing that doing so meant he accepted the duel. Fred informed him that picking up Angelica's glove meant he accepted the challenge. He realized his foolishness, knowing he was now forced to face a second-class knight of the kingdom. Angelica told him that each participant could suggest one condition for the duel. This is how duels are conducted in the kingdom of Wilhelm. The condition Angelica proposed was that the loser should become the winner's servant for life. Rent informed Narek about this knight, explaining that a second-class knight's rank is equivalent to a B-rank adventurer. Narek was shocked because she was much stronger than him, as he was still a novice adventurer who hadn't surpassed rank F yet. He became afraid he wouldn't leave the duel alive, but Rent told him to remember his training over the past 2 years. Narek recalled the hellish training he went through to become an adventurer, and Rent encouraged him to believe in himself more, reminding him that he trained with the Iron Fist Orihalcon, who prides himself on being the strongest on the continent. Narek remembered who he was and the hardships he endured, which boosted his morale to face Angelica. She belittled him, saying she would spare his life because he was a novice adventurer, and moved at lightning speed, almost slicing him in half. She said she didn't want to cut him from the beginning, just test her normal speed on him. Her brother Fred said she was nicknamed Angelica the Flash because of her incredible speed. Angelica increased her speed to end the duel, but Narek saw her running like a turtle. Thinking she was much slower than his normal running speed and wondering how she got the nickname Flash with that speed, he easily dodged her attack, and she thought he moved by luck, as only first-class knights could properly react to her speed. She increased her speed even more to ensure his defeat, but Narek still saw her as very slow. Suddenly she stumbled, which made her rush clumsily. Narek was shocked and narrowly dodged her attack, thinking she did it on purpose as a secret skill, not noticing she stumbled by accident. The fool thought she was much stronger than him. Angelica pretended she didn't stumble and did it on purpose, deciding to increase her speed 3-fold to end the duel. But she was still slow for Narek, who feared she was deceiving him with secret skills. Meanwhile, Angelica lost most of her stamina due to the speed increase and had only 2 attempts left before exhausting her energy. Narek avoided her easily, leaving her with one last chance. Finally, Narek decided to attack, but Angelica stumbled again, sliding towards his legs with her sword. Narek punched the ground with such force that Angelica flew into the sky. From Narek's incredible power, the ground around him was destroyed as if a meteor had fallen. Angelica thanked her luck because if she hadn't stumbled, she would have taken Narek's direct destructive punch and died. She started trembling in fear, asking who he was. He told her he had changed from being a receptionist at the guild to an adventurer 2 years ago, saying he was just a regular F-rank adventurer. Angelica didn't believe him because of his terrifying power. Narek, the fool, still didn't understand that she was much weaker than him and wanted to keep fighting her. Angelica quickly surrendered before he could hit her with another destructive punch. She lost her younger brother's respect, telling Narek she let him win out of pity. Narek didn't forget the winner's condition for the loser, but Angelica ran away to avoid fulfilling it. Narek was shocked and didn't understand her childish behavior. At that time, Rent told him it was time for the preliminary test results, and that the team he trained with would arrive soon to check on Narek. He was scared of them and didn't want to meet them, having a bad feeling about their arrival in the city. And here we reach the end of the first episode of this beautiful anime. Reach more than 200 likes for the second part to be released as soon as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in appreciation of my efforts.